Felt a little pain, but I felt a lot of joy. So I know to see and to breathe and to feel only means one thing. So I still believe, cause I know I got life, so I can't fight. And I know, say I relax on the hope of a good time, hope of a good time. Cause it's a choice, so yeah, I know it. To see the world and not be hopeless. I know, yes, I know that. Blessed with another chance, I am. Blessed with another chance, I am. Blessed with another chance, I am. Blessed with another chance, I am.
Your very best trades were easy and effortless. You didn't have to try to make them easy. They were easy. There was no struggle. You saw exactly what you needed to see, and you acted on what you saw. You were in the moment, a part of the opportunity flow.
Finally home. Oh my gosh, what a day. What is going on, friends? Candace B here. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for stopping by to tune in and watch me ramble about nothing. I appreciate it so much. Honestly, it's been a really long day. I'm exhausted, and I still said, you know what? Let's still create some content. Let's take some time to look at the charts this evening because I want to be prepared and ready to go on Monday to just go right back into the groove of things, into day trading. So I thought it'd be beneficial for us to back test together because you guys are my friends and I really am grateful for your company. Let's just bring that muscle memory back, you know? So that being said, let's start back testing. So one thing I know for sure is that I'm not going to switch the instrument that I have been trading for this past little while. I feel like a lot of traders, especially, you know, beginner traders, when they don't see success in an instrument or even a market, if they're trading on the foreign exchange market and they don't find profitability, you know, right away, then they might change to options or futures or whatever the case may be. What I know for sure is that I want to stick to the NAS 100. Now, I am open to learning about futures and different markets, but for now, we're sticking with Forex. We're sticking with Old Faithful, and we're kind of going from there. But yes, as you can see, we have the lovely NAS 100 who both loves and hates me. And so let's just, I'm going to go on the 5-minute because I'm going to just choose a random time to backtest. And when we start on the 5-minute, the higher time frames, for whatever reason with TradingView, it gives me the ability to see more data. So let's just scroll back. I mean, let's scroll to April. Let's see if this will allow me to go to April because I did not trade in April. Let's start on April 14th and see where that takes us. So it's that was like the 3rd week of April. So I think that'd be a good time to back test, see what the market was doing there. Let's go down. Since when did TradingView have this replay symbol thing here? So I'm going to start on the weekly. I have not done a top-down analysis in so long. On the weekly, we see that as of mid-April, price is pushing down. We see that very, very clearly. We had this push down from the 22,000 level, and the week of April the 7th did give us a pullback after that very strong drop to the downside at the end of March, beginning of April. And so at this point, though, it looks like price is done retesting and heading down possibly. So it's interesting to see, you know, right here, if we were to use the higher time frames to draw, draw out our important zones, our main zones, and then drop to the lower time frames to see how that would look in terms of an entry. Right now, the weekly, let's even label it, shall we? Let's get fancy. There's a weekly zone here. So obviously when we go down to the lower time frames, we'll have to kind of maybe make it smaller, but essentially this is where it is. So as you can see, push down, pull back right into that level, a push away from it on the daily. We see that there was a push away from the zone and now a re-tap. This for me, if I traded on the daily, like if I took entries on the daily, I would probably be waiting for the Tuesday candlestick to start. But we are intraday traders. We are scalpers. Well, intraday and scalpers. I don't know. Can you be both? I guess. I don't know. Dropping to the H4 just to see what this looks like. I don't think that price is necessarily done tapping into the zone. It can go a little bit further up. We can possibly see a bit of a further up, further tap into the zone, or we can see, you know, price pull back. But let's see what the 4 hour, because this right now is 5 a.m. technically on April 14th. So let's see what the next 4 hour candle shows us. Beautiful. So we see that price did push up a little bit before it just melted away from this level here. So now price is closed under the zone on the H4, which is very interesting. That's a 9 a.m. Candlestick. So let's go to the 1 hour and see what that's showing. I don't think I would trade this day anyways. Although I do want to be prepared to trade starting Monday. I may not take a trade on Monday because we're just coming off of the weekend, you know, giving the market time to set up and get comfortable. So I'm not going to trade this April 14th, but it's very interesting to see how price rejected this zone, came all the way in, tapped it, and pushed down from it. So let's see how this plays out if we're going to get a further push down. It's going to go down to the 30-minute time frame and see what that's showing. We don't necessarily have lower high, lower low structure. As you can see, we have a high here, we have a low, we have a lower high, but we don't have a lower low. Price didn't drop below this previous low, didn't take it out. So this is an interesting area here on the 30-minute to see. We have the weekly zone here, which is a very strong zone. Price hasn't been able to break above it. It is cleanly rejecting it. But then we have this 30-minute here. So let's press fast forward and see what overnight shows us. Ooh. So we spiked right back in during London session and pushed right back down right before New York opened. Okay. I think there is a chance that price might want to come back down to this level here. So let's just see. As you can see, we did get a nice push down at 7:30. So there is potential there. I didn't take this trade on Tuesday, so we'll take a trade on the Wednesday, the 15th. But I'm just kind of talking out loud to you guys, and kind of, you guys are seeing in real time me just kind of getting back into the market and just kind of figuring out what would work best for me. Let's go down to the 5-minute and see what that looks like. Oops. I want to see if I were to be entering at 7 a.m. I'd be looking here. I do see if there was a break of structure here on the 5-minute. My bias would be based on the higher time frames that price was going to continue to the downside and it's just tapping into a zone to reject it. Then the 5-minute is showing that there is structure heading to the downside. As you can see, it's literally, price is literally not only kind of creating lower high, lower low structure, but it's breaking these levels here. You can see price, the candlestick's coming down. So 7 a.m. price is up here. We see price push down again below this little mini zone here, come back into it, and then 7:30. Okay, so let's see what Wednesday 7:30 looks like, or 7 a.m. looks like for a trade, and see if we can catch something. I really wish I cared to trade Asian session, but I don't. I just don't. I don't think I've traded Asian session in like over 3 years, because what for? You know what I mean? 4:35, 5:30, 6:30. Okay, so this is 6:30 on the 30-minute. The movement is kind of choppy. This is a huge impulsive candlestick. I don't know what was happening during London session, but let's drop down to the lower time frame. 7. Okay, we had a break. Okay, 7. There's some volume. 7:05. Pull right back. Okay. like just from the outside looking in, it obviously looks like price is wanting to drop, because when we look to the left, we see that there is this huge gap here that price has the ability to fill if it wants to continue, because especially, you know, having this impulse move to the upside, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a correction and we're going to correct, you know, come back down to this level. But either way, I would have to have, you know, a good area of entry, a good place to put my stop loss. And right now there's not really a zone I can particularly say that my eyes are catching. Of course, you know, we can have this little zone drawn out, but how strong is it? It would be the question. So $7.15. I think I'm being a bit hesitant, but this is why backtesting is good, because we can be a bit hesitant and see what works. I see a rejection. I mean, I see this rejection. I just feel like, is price wanting to drop at this particular point? Not to say it doesn't want to in general, but doesn't want to here. If I were to, let's say, take a short at this is 720. So let's say I took a short at 730, wherever price may be at that point. My goal is to also think more about in percentages than in points. I do want to, you know, keep it simple, absolutely 1% risk as usual, and aim for between a 1.5 to a 2% reward. Before I was doing 1-to-1, and that just doesn't work for me. I don't think my win percentage is consistent enough. I'm just not consistent enough. So, I mean, that's the first thing, is obviously I have to be consistent in terms of just sticking to my strategy. But yeah, I think 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2 risk reward makes the most sense for me. Let's see what 725 looks like. Yeah, see? Because this is not a clear indication. We're on the 5-minute, and this is not a clear enough indication that we're gonna drop. I can't just look at this and say, oh yeah, we're gonna drop. Let's see what 730 shows. Oh man, yeah. This is not, yeah, this this is not good volume. And then obviously price is pushing up, so whatever. It is what it is. Let's see if we can just catch a trade in general on this date. So we see, even when I go up to the 30-minute now, we see a supply zone right here. And essentially, we had price, you know, doing some craziness here. And then we see price coming back into this level here, where when we look left, there was a top wick. So there was definitely indecision in here. There was some sellers in this area. So I'm curious to see what 8 a.m. is going to show on the 30-minute. We are getting a rejection. I do feel like we are going to go down, but trading is not about feeling. It's about what the market is showing us. So we have indecisive candlesticks for sure. We have 3 in a row, you know, from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on the 30-minute. We have a tap into this zone, not once, not twice, but 3 times. This is, I guess, a third tap. Well, the first one made the zone, so I guess this is the first retest into it, and then the second retest. And we have price closing indecisively. I do feel like taking shorts here could make sense. Stop loss above the zone. Let's do a 1 to 5 risk reward. And let's see what price does. Well, essentially it would be 8:30 that I'm entering. Trying to figure out if I should be trading before. Oh, love that. Trying to figure out if I should be trading before the New York Stock Exchange open or after. You know, either way, pending orders might have to be set. But this is beautiful. This is a nice push down. Price again, once again, tapped for the 3rd time into this supply zone here, and then just cleanly dropped. So that would have been almost a 1 to 1.5 risk reward in and out. I mean, 30-minute trade, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to just be in and out. Okay, I know this wasn't the most intense or in-depth back testing, but I'm gonna back test some more off camera. I just wanted to, finish off this little day in the life vlog with some day trading content and show you guys that I'm really intentional with getting back into day trading. I miss it so much. I do feel like my confidence has increased, and I feel like that is important. You really have to trust your own self when it comes to trading. And I feel like putting God first has really been the game changer in all of this, in my mindset, in how I view trading. So yeah, very excited for the rest of the year. We're just halfway through the year. We still have the rest of 2025 to do a lot of good things. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching my video. I really appreciate you guys, and I pray that you guys are all doing well, and that your families and friends are all doing well, and that you yourself feel confident in your trading or whatever your passion is, that you are approaching it with the utmost confidence and faith that God has put you in that position for a reason, and he will lead you through all the mountains and all the valleys that may come. You just gotta trust in him. So that being said, God bless you guys. I hope you have an amazing, splendid, just extraordinary day, week, and life.